Welcome to Buy Wholesale Cabinets. Today we're going to put together a wall lazy Susan. You're going to have your sides, you got your face frame, you have all your hinges out, and Mark's going to put this together for us so that way you guys can do it yourselves at home. Right here we have our 1¼ inch screws. That's going to connect the deck to the back. Right here we have our 1/2 inch screws, and those are going to go through the hinge to our door itself. These are the wall lazy Susan hinges. You're going to find this on our base lazy Susan as well. What we have in front of us are the tools required to assemble our cabinets. We have our drill. We also have our staple gun. It's going to consist of 3/4 inch staples. We also have our brad nailer. It's going to be 1¼ inch brad nails. We also have the box cutter, so that way you could open up your boxes. And we also have wood glue. This wood glue is very important. It helps for the rigidity of the cabinets, and you're going to place this inside the dado of each cabinet. As you can see, Mark's starting off with the side and the back. This is where you're going to begin the build of the cabinet. You want to make sure everything lines up before you shoot it off. Now we're going to get our other side and repeat the process. Now that we have the two back sides, we're going to take our other side that has the designated screw holes. We're going to start off with shooting it with the brad nailer. You want to make sure everything is lined up before you shoot it off. Once that is attached, we can now utilize our screws that's provided in the box to screw off the sides. So as you can see, Mark is sliding in the bottom deck, and we're going to go ahead and shoot that off before we place our screws into that deck. Now we're going to repeat that process for the top deck. Now we could go ahead and put on our other side. And again, we're going to shoot that off with the brad nailer before we screw it. Now we're going to put together our face frame. As you can see, Mark is lining everything up, and he's going to use the pre-drilled holes to attach our two sides together. Now that we have this face frame together, we're going to take the wood glue, we're going to fill in the dados, and then place it on our cabinet. Now we're going to place our face frame onto the cabinet. Then once that sets into place, we're going to grab our staple gun and shoot it to our box. Now that we have our face frame together, we're going to take our corner brackets and screw those together at the bottom and top. Now that we have our completed box, we're going to put our shelf pins inside the box at the desired locations. Now we can take our shelves and put them into place. You want to angle them and then drop them onto your shelf pegs. Now we're going to go ahead and loosen up our adjustments and then set our hinges in place. Once we have everything in place, we'll take our 1/2-inch screws and screw down our hinges. Now you'll take the one side and set it on top of the other door to line up the holes. Once we have our holes aligned, we can screw those together. Now that we have our cabinet and our doors put together, we're going to go ahead and hang the door off the box, starting with the top screw. Now we can go ahead and tighten up our hinges. And that concludes the build for our wall Lazy Susan.